This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at sphererocketva.com and find out how we can make your life easier.
Welcome back to the Icon Podcast. I'm your host, Gianna, and today we are getting to know about Sean. He's up in the Canadian area, and thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So let's dive into Sean. You know, where are you from? What market are you in now? And how did you fall into real estate?
So good question. So I'm currently located in Ottawa, Canada, capital city of the country. I've been in real estate for about 5 years now. As an agent, I'm now a broker. But yeah, I started off in the, regarding homes in the construction industry, running a general contracting company, and then, kind of fell into the real estate market, and away you go.
And the rest is history.
Pretty much,
how did you find your way to EXP? Did you start there? Were you at another brokerage? What drew you to the EXP team?
Yeah, so I was with a more of a smaller brokerage here, 17 agents, a little bit of a boutique, I guess. And I was happy there. And then I was being courted from other brokerages, which is often the case with many agents, right? Actually, the individual that was the closest to pulling me over had another boutique brokerage. And so I always wanted to work with him, but I was currently working at the brokerage that I was at, and I really liked the people that were there, including my best friend was working at the brokerage, so I wouldn't leave. Mm-hmm. And then what ended up happening is this individual ended up kind of moving their boutique brokerage over to EXP, and then coming back and pulling my whole brokerage, grabbed the owners of my brokerage and pulled them over to EXP. So it was fate, right? Because I always wanted to work with this individual as well. So then I actually got to go with my whole family of fellow agents at Capital Homes, which was the name of my brokerage at the time. And then we all just kind of amalgamated and moved over to EXP. So.
Okay, cool. So kind of, I don't want to say like a big recruiting chaos kind of switch over, but I mean, a little bit. So
a little bit for sure.
In that case, what makes you stay at EXP? What, since coming over here, have you fallen in love with that you're like, can't see it any other way?
Yeah. So I've been with EXP for, I guess, 14 or 15 months at this point. I actually really enjoy a lot of the package, a lot of the punch that EXP provides. So just things like, Sky Slope and KV Core, just two things to name right off the bat, really help my business. So I'm generating a ton more business just through KV Core itself. And then Sky Slope obviously is, it's very simple to use. I'm not sure if you guys have that down in the States or if it's called something else. That's our electronic signature program. So, okay. So whatever you guys use for like electronic signatures, it's called Sky Slope here from EXP. Okay. So, and so basically that's what we use. My assistance on that, super user friendly. So that's fine. But the main thing is KV Core in terms of the software stuff that we can use. Other than that, of course, being only a year into EXP, I'm still getting my bearings as to like everything that EXP has to offer. Mm-hmm. But of course, becoming an Icon agent in the first year with the company helps too. So I certainly like getting money back. That's nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right on.
Heck yeah. So then you mentioned it. You're an Icon agent. You work hard. Yeah. Get a lot done. How do you take care of Sean? How do you make sure you have that work-life balance and that you avoid burnout?
Good question. I'm a machine. I'm just going to flat out say it. I have a lot of confidence in myself. I know what I'm capable of. So I live and breathe real estate in the sense that I love being a broker. I love buying and selling. I'm also a property investor. So, I have about 11 or 12 doors with my name on it. I'm also a licensed home builder here in Ottawa. So it's kind of a rigorous program to get through, a lot of exams, a lot of schooling to get to that point. So I build custom homes here in Ottawa and the surrounding areas. And my wife does interior decorating and design. So we also do flips
Good little team
and buy and
there.
holds. Pardon me?
I said a good little team there.
Yeah. Nice little duo, right? So it's good. I try to do as much as I can. I have issues sitting still, but it's just because I have that thirst, like I have that drive to like learn more and just be better. I just feel like I'm never really touching my potential. I'm just not a lazy person, I guess. I don't know. It's and then on the side of that too, I also do I'm involved in the music industry as well. So I work with right now primarily with one artist and doing quite well in that as well, on that side. So I just incorporate it as all part of my life. It's not a job. Working at EXP is not a job. It's just part of my day. It's part of my life. And obviously I've got the office at home as well. So I don't have to go into a physical office if I don't want to. And so that allows me the time to spend with my 5-year-old, spend at home. I can be completely flexible. So life is good. It's very easy to balance it all. Just stay organized.
Yeah, I come from the music industry too, so that's
nice.
Cool.
Right on. What do you do?
I used to work for a radio station,
okay.
one, and I was on the country station, oldies station, and I ran a show for nonprofits. So
amazing. That's awesome.
It was so fun, and that's kind of why I'm in Nashville, Tennessee now.
Right.
So I still kind of run around in the music scene out here, but we're kind of waiting to recover from COVID a little bit.
I hear you. I hear that.
I know you do. So, you're obviously a high producer. You've got a lot of hats that you wear. You've won the Icon Award. That's why you're on this podcast. In your own words, would you describe what the Icon Award is, the benefits that it's brought to you and the production you had to do to get there?
Yeah. So it was a great achievement. Sorry. It was a great achievement for for year one, of course. I figured that's where I was going to end up. So I started in January. So I believe it was September or October that I got it, which was good. So here to get the Icon, I'm not sure if it's the same down there, but basically you get $8,000 back in stock when you hit the Icon. And then you have a couple of things that you need to do, a couple of tasks, a couple conferences. Basically, if you fulfill everything that you need to do by going to these conferences and then do a little bit of extra on top of that, you can unlock another 8,000 in stock. And again, the difference is, working at, I don't know how it is there, but here you're not really working at any other brokerages and getting your cap back. Like whether it's stock, cash, whatever, it's, somebody shakes your hand, says good job, and that's it. Your money's gone, right? Sure. So at least you're somewhat, in a sense, you are investing in yourself, right? So you should always be investing in yourself. Super important. So if you're working hard and obviously you hit the Icon Award, well, then that the hard work and the 16,000, which is what the cap is here, 16,000 cap that you've done, you have the potential of getting that back, whether it's stock or not. That's still a fantastic thing because it's coming back to you, right?
Right.
With the potential of unlocking, depending on the stock, it has the potential of unlocking more money than the 16,000 in the first place. So no brainer.
Absolutely. No, you're right. They invest that back into you. They don't just run away with your cap. You have the opportunity to earn that back. That's what makes the Icon so cool. And you said that you did that in the first year, which brings me to my next question. For those that are watching, they're maybe new to EXP, maybe they're new to real estate and EXP. Is the Icon Award something they should strive for? Kind of, give advice to those people. I know you're a machine. Is it achievable for the average Joe?
100%. It's achievable for anybody. So, first and foremost, if you're coming over to EXP or just getting into real estate, I would say the most important thing is just to have the passion behind it, right? Mm-hmm. If you're going to treat it as a day job, or if you're just going through the motions, it's not that you can't get the Icon Award. Of course you can achieve it. It's probably just going to seem like work. It's going to be a lot of work to get there. So it can be done by anybody. But obviously, if you believe in yourself and you have, it's so cliche, but if you believe in yourself and you just have the passion, like you actually want to be doing it, it can be done. Just wake up in the morning, have your list every day of what you need to do. So that's the easiest thing for me is I wake up in the morning and I have my task list every day, 7 days a week, everything that I need to conquer that day. And then the night before I have my reminder. So before I go to bed, before I get off the grid, it's like, I'm prepping for the next day. So when I wake up, there's never a, what am I doing today or what's happening? I have everything in a list so that I can not only knock it off during the day, but then as something comes up, because obviously we still have to put fires out, right? We still have to have those the reactions that come through. So at least if you're super organized, when things get thrown at your way or you get a curveball or something throughout the day, you're already organized. So then you can just fit that into the schedule and handle it, right? Handle it accordingly. So definitely anybody new to EXP or anybody new in real estate, if you really love what you're doing, anybody can tackle this. Anybody can get it.
Absolutely. So, my last scripted question, I have more questions for you, so don't get too excited.
Yeah,
This
no
is the last one we have to check off. So, at one point, I'm sure you were on the outside looking in like, XP's got a pretty cool model. I see people are going over there in the masses, but I'm skeptical. Is this a pyramid scheme? What's the catch? I see the grass is greener, but I don't want to hear it. What do you have to say to those with that mindset right now looking at EXP?
My situation was a little different because the brokerage pretty much announced we're moving over. Mm-hmm. So when they announced that, they gave me the option of, obviously jumping ship and going anywhere else or sticking with the family and moving over to EXP. So it was at that point, pretty quickly after that, I realized that my other colleague that was trying to get me over to his brokerage was the one that brought us over. So I was already pretty excited. So I was a little bit biased, to be honest, at the time. But that being said, I still went through the presentations and jumping into like EXP World for the first time and watching the presentations. I was definitely skeptical. I am probably the furthest thing from a raw company man. To be honest, it's not my, I run the Sean Frost real estate team here, which is obviously powered through EXP Realty, which is great. Another great thing that EXP has done is allow me to obviously run my own team and do it in a really cool way.
And build your brand, and build your brand, right. Look at that. There's not even EXP on that hat, but that's your bones and you get to have your own face to it, which is really cool.
Very cool. Very cool. So, where was I here? So the jumping. So I watched the presentations, of course. I'm thinking, looking at it, I'm like, all right, a little bit pyramid-esque, if you will. I was a little bit skeptical for sure, but I was already jumping in with both feet. So because it had been vouched for by enough people that I knew, liked, and trusted, I felt that it was worth taking the risk, because at the end of the day, it wasn't much of a risk. Like if it didn't work out, then you just leave, right? Just make that decision from there. Everything that was kind of put on the plate and presented in front of me, it wasn't that it looked too good to be true, but I was just a little bit skeptical. So I was like, well, let's just test the waters and see how it goes. And truth be told, now I'm getting, after a year later, after doing the icon and getting the team going, and using the programming and kind of using a lot more resources that EXP offers. I didn't have any of these at my previous brokerage. Like there was nothing. It was, hey, welcome to the team. Everybody gets along. Like now, good luck, right? Like let's see what you can do. Right. So I was finishing, amongst the tops at that boutique, and so the transition itself wasn't terrible, but it is cool to see everything come to fruition and like it hasn't actually been a scam, right? So that's probably the best thing, is knowing that like it is legit.
Oh, cool! This isn't a scam.
Correct. I'm not getting hustled, right? So yeah.
No, that's awesome. That's a great story. Can you kind of tell us? We're looking at your name tag here, Sean McRae, aka Sean Frost. What's the two different names? Where'd that come from? What's the story?
Right. So, So basically, everybody in the city knows me as Sean Frost. I started off in the music industry pretty much in my late teens. I started producing music, composing instrumentals, selling them all over the place. So that was my passion from the get-go, is to be a music producer and go from there. But as the years got on, even though I was still making some okay money, I felt that it was just time that, you know, I should probably, I don't want to say grow up, but I think I just matured in the sense that I knew that I could do, or that I should be doing more. Maybe not that I could do more. I knew I should be doing more. So went to university, finished university. I was working in the healthcare. So I was working at the hospital actually. And then I decided, you know, I want to give this construction thing a go. So I started a general contracting company with a colleague of mine who's a general contractor. We were running the Ottawa Home Renovator for a few years. And I absolutely hated it. I hated it. So I wanted out of it, to get rid of it, to sell it, to give it away. I didn't care. And another good friend of mine was like, man, you got to become a real estate agent. You're going to crush it. He was an agent. He's like, you're going to dummy it. So you got to do it. So I was like, I don't know, man. I'm not a salesman. I don't like, you know, that's not my vibe. Service industry, great. Sales, don't really care for it. So he's like, well, I paid for your first course, so you have to do it. And once you get your first deal, you can pay me back. So obviously I felt guilty. I paid him back anyway, did the courses, got into it. And honestly, as soon as my feet touched the ground, I was like, uh-oh, like I'm home. Like this is exactly what I need to be doing, which has been awesome. So yeah, that's kind of where we are with being a broker. I went and got my broker's license a couple of years ago. And then that same general contractor, one of my best friends, he was like, man, we should just get licensed and become a builder. Can you go do all the schooling? And I was like, all right, well, I can do the schooling. So went, did all the schooling. We teamed up. Now we're building like multi-million-dollar homes, which is amazing, as a side. And, you know, as a property investor, like I've purchased land. So I'm going to be putting up 16 homes in the next few years, 12 to 16 homes on pretty much my very own street. And which is neat. And then yeah, I'm building another couple, doing some flips. Just did 2 flips in the last 3 weeks. So yeah, life is good. Life is good. So, and now I've circled back to the music. So everything always comes in full circle, right? So now I'm back into the music industry as well, more as an advisor and as an executive. Sure. So in terms of like, I'm not sitting directly behind the boards or making the beats or the instrumentals anymore. But I am helping navigate through the waters. So I'm literally living my best life. Like every dream that I have is actually happening right now.
Right. And you're not, you know, like eating ramen noodles for dinner. Like you're actually thriving. You're loving it.
Definitely.
You're
not unless I feel like it, right? Like it's not out of necessity, but you know, I grew up definitely lower class. So I'm living a lifestyle that like my family we're very blessed. Like we're living a lifestyle that I couldn't even fathom as a kid growing up. Not that I was yearning for it. Like, you know, my mom and we grew up how we grew up. She raised me the best that she could. And she did a absolutely amazing job. We're talking about my mom now, but yeah, we grew up with nothing, and she did the best that she could. So it's very, very, very cool that one, she can see me now. And then I can also show my son like I can bring all the values that I was raised with, but also bring the opportunity that I didn't have at the time.
Right.
So it's incredible. It's honestly incredible.
Yeah, that's really cool. What would you say? Would you say real estate is your main hustle? Is it your side hustle? And you don't have to lie because we're on a real estate podcast. I just want to know, because a lot of people say, you know, I don't believe in a part-time real estate agent, but you know, yesterday I talked to a very successful part-time real estate agent. So it's like, you know, I just kind of like to gather all aspects of that view.
Yeah. And that's totally fair. That's a good question. So no, I'm definitely, it's my main hustle for sure. I am a real estate broker through and through. I'm actually an official partner with, you know, our professional football or professional soccer club here.
Cool.
So I hustle, man. I am a real estate broker. That's who I am. Like you said, it's one of the hats that I wear, but that is my main bread and butter in terms of in terms of my day. And I don't really see everything else as a side hustle. It's like I said, it's just me. Like it's just part of who I am. And that's why the hustle is, you know, the work and like getting the icon and like being able to achieve that. If you don't treat it as your job, and if it's just who you are, well, it's pretty easy to be who you are, right? So that's all you have to do is just like, you know, be you and work, and you're going to get it. You're going to do it.
Right. And you know, you can like do the things you enjoy. Like obviously you're a soccer fan, and you know, that's something that you're sponsoring and putting marketing dollars towards, but you know, then you also get to reap some benefits from that, which is really cool. What league is that a soccer team in? Like, did they ever play national?
It's the Canadian Premier League.
Okay.
So it's a relatively new league, just a few years in. We have Atletico Ottawa, which is the football club here. But yeah, super, super cool. And obviously, you know, all of this allows me to give back. I get to do a lot of community events that are going to be coming up. So, but yeah, no, it's been cool. Broker is definitely my main bread and butter. And by no means am I a part-time agent. I'm working 16, 17 hours a day because that's how long I'm awake for the day.
Yeah, that's really cool. I mean, you're hustling hard, but you're also enjoying, you know, life at the same time. It seems like you have a good balance.
Life is amazing. Like I can't tell you enough how I haven't since I started real estate, I haven't woken up in a morning, like been up in a morning and dreaded the day.
Okay.
Like in over 5 years. In over 5 years. Like I wake up every day, like every day, weekends, weekday, doesn't matter what day it is. It's like, today's going to be a good day. And I honestly, like, to my core, I mean that. Like, I love it.
That's awesome. So I know, like, as an icon, you have to give back to EXP, the community, whether you're coaching or speaking. What is your plan? Are you going to be coaching on something special or speaking at anything?
So I don't know. I'm in discussions now. It's actually on my to-do for tomorrow. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do, like where my niche or where my avenue is, my lane for giving back. I don't know. I'm not sure. You know, I've put a lot of work into like life coaching with, you know, programs from like Tony Robbins. I'm in the pro community with, you know, Ryan Serhant. I'm trying to just get a spot where I can give value back to agents that need something, whether it's a motivation or some help with organization or how to tackle the day every day. Or I'm still in that phase, that planning phase, to figure out what can I do that's going to have the most impact. But at the same time that I'm going to actually really enjoy doing, because that's another golden rule is like, try not to do anything other than like, you know, going to the dentist and stuff like that. Like life is too short. Like don't do something if you don't want to do it. If you don't like it, don't do it.
Right.
That's, you know, people are like, oh, my job sucks. My job sucks. And it's like, I get it. Everybody's situation is different and it's tough, but like, you know, we all have the same amount of minutes in the day and we all breathe the same air. So it's like, you can make that change. So if you don't like something, then don't do it. And I don't want to get not stuck, but I don't want to start doing something for Icon because I'm already almost there already now.
Yeah.
Like this year. And we're 2.5 months in, right? Like I started January 1st. So that's my year. So I'm close. And I don't want to pick something that I'm not going to enjoy. I want to actually look forward to it and be like, this is cool. Not only am I getting the award and like unlocking the benefits from it, but like I'm giving back but I'm doing something that I believe in, not just necessarily going through the motions and being like, yeah, just send it over.
Right.
Right.
No, that's really cool. Yeah. And you want to be, you know, people will catch on to that when you're speaking about it. Is he really into this? You know, are you going to capture the audience or are you going to be snoozing? And I support your decision and taking your time to figure that out.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Well, Sean, is there anything else that you want to talk about on this episode? You know, once you decide what you're wanting to speak on this year, I'd love to have you back on. Maybe we could do a spin-off episode, kind of tease people what you would like to give back to the EXP community. But other than
I'm totally down with that. Yeah, give me a minute, obviously, and we'll stay in touch. And then once I unlock that, then I'm totally down to jump on and kind of just do a little recap or a little spinoff, what have you. And I'm all for it. Let's do it.
Cool. I love that. Well, if there's nothing else you want to touch on today, then I will let you go.
No, I think we're straight. It was really nice meeting you, and very cool. Another thing about EXP is it's very cool to be able to connect with all these different people. That's a huge benefit that we didn't even touch on, but like, we're not even in the same country. It's not like we're that far away, but like, we're not even in the same country. We're jumping on, we're probably, there's enough synergy here, and we're probably connecting on, a few different touch points. And it's pretty neat that you're there, I'm here, but we're kind of still part of the same family, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And like, this is a connection that we do intend on keeping. Like, I'll be at EXP Con, I'll be at Shareholders Con, I'll be at, we've got conventions coming up, and these are relationships. This is just the start,
That's right. So I'll see you at those, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I couldn't go last year. I couldn't go because of COVID. It was too tricky with traveling, right?
No.
So I did the donation for the I guess it was EXP Con, and then so this year I'm definitely attending.
Good.
Yeah, we'll keep in touch and say what's up for sure, because I'm with it. I'm definitely going this year.
Yep, definitely plan on seeing me there. I'm going to pester you and make sure that we get together. And that's it. I'll quit talking your ear off, Sean. Thank you so much for your time today.
No worries. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. We'll see you soon.
Okay. Bye now.